Hey, Craig from Flat Out Motorsports. Got some information coming directly from Sea-Doo, but first we need you to make sure that you hit the subscribe and the notification bell on the YouTube channel. That way, as this information comes, we can get it directly to you. They've got some important information, but we're going to hear from James and Alexandria first, and I'll be back with you in just a minute.
Hey everybody, I'm James.
And I'm Alexandra from Sea-Doo.
And we want to take some time with you today to let you know that we're really listening and we hear all of the concerns that we're seeing right now on social media and elsewhere. We want to take some time to answer those questions, respond to some of those comments, and maybe provide some additional context to the situation that we're all living together today.
Okay, so the first thing we really wanted to go over is that we realize that a lot of you have placed your orders almost a year ago, meaning that you've missed most of the riding season. And for that, we are really sorry. Don't think it has, gone by us and we haven't realized it. The thing we want the most in the world is to see you guys out on the water.
Absolutely. As you probably already know, we've been battling severe supply chain issues that have been causing delays in delivering product. But we want to let you know that we've taken several and quite intense actions to help and try and get those units to you as quickly as possible. Some of those examples include we've been paying 5, 10, 20 times the regular price for certain components to make sure that we're moving things out of our factories as quickly as possible. We've also chartered multiple planes to supply our worldwide factory footprint, again to improve our efficiency at the factory. And we've also even asked our hourly office employees to work on our production lines after their regular hours, doing overtime, again to improve things coming out of the factory. So once again, we really are doing absolutely everything in our power to make sure that vehicles are getting to you and on the water as quickly as we can.
Yeah, so we hope you guys actually hear and feel the effort that we're putting in. There's a lot of hard work. We're not just sitting back and waiting for things to appear. We are going and being proactive and making sure we can get things to you. Get the components to your units as quick as possible, and then of course getting the unit to you guys ASAP. And there's a work on the BRP side, but as well on the dealer side. So the good news is that we're going to be delivering all 2022 PWC models as planned, even if it's a little later than we had anticipated. And even more switches are getting produced every week.
Awesome news.
Yeah. All right, so James and I are gonna pick out some of your questions and concerns that you have on our community groups or on our social channels and try and answer them as best as we can. Okay, so first off, we have Joshua Hill who's commenting about why we are introducing a new model year, so 2023s, if we haven't finished producing or shipping out 2022s.
That's a really good question, and the answer is simple. Innovation has always been at the heart of everything we do at BRP and at Sea-Doo, and the real answer is we just can't stop innovating. It's in our blood. And it also takes quite a long time to bring that innovation to market. We're usually working on projects for 2, 3, even 4 years. And once we get those projects going, we want to continue to bring that innovation to our customers as quickly as possible. We know we'll get through these challenges together, and we want to be there with the best product to meet your needs on time. So that's why we keep pushing and innovating and releasing new product. I think that a lot of people have also been looking at the fact that we're releasing new product and questioning why we're pushing a pre-order campaign as much as we have been. And the answer there is that pre-ordering remains your best chance at getting your personal watercraft or your Switch as soon as possible. But it also gives us a chance to plan our production, plan our sourcing of all of our parts, and all of our logistics to make sure that we have the best possible view at the most granular level as to where we need to bring product and deliver it to you at what time. So pre-ordering remains the best chance for you and for us here at Sea-Doo to get that product out on the water as quickly as we possibly can. Also, we have some really good news for those Switch customers out there that still may be waiting for their boat. We've made some significant investment in our factory in the Midwest, and we've nearly doubled our capacity to deliver boats to you as quickly as possible.
That's really great news.
So now we have Eric Turnbow and others as well that are feeling that Sea-Doo is not communicating enough with our customers and dealers on the current situation. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, so this one really hit home for us because we are trying our best to communicate as much as possible with you guys, and that's why we actually have the delivery update page on sea-doo.com, which is where you'll get the most accurate information. We update it about every 2 weeks, so that's really your go-to. But we hear you, and we know we should be even more transparent when it comes to what we can share with you guys. So the truth of the matter is that due to our manufacturing procedures and systems, we can give a precise window to our dealers of when your vehicle will be ready. We can give a general idea, but nothing that precise. Once we start building actual units, then we can give a more precise window to our dealers. And even then, there's no guarantee. The other thing we've been doing is shipping out units that are incomplete, so missing certain components which were, due to supply chain issues, having trouble getting our hands on. This means that your unit gets to your dealer, it's a lot closer to you. Once those components come in, we ship them to the dealer, they fix them up, they finish off your unit, and then they call you to come for pickup. So technically, that gets the unit to you closer and quicker. And so we hope that you guys can get on the water a little quicker. That all being said and done, it's hard for our dealers to be as transparent as we'd like with you guys because we're not giving them precise dates and details. So hang tight. We know a general window is not the ideal situation, and we know our systems need to be updated. We're working on that simultaneously to make sure that we can give you guys a better visibility on what's coming your way. Okay, so moving on. Another place we love to look for comments and any feedback on our products are the social groups and communities, which is really, really fun for us to read through any things that are bothering. So Mark Johnson in the Sea-Doo Switch Pontoons owner group actually made a master list of issues he's been having with his Switch. So we want you to know that we're listening, and so James, maybe you could run us through what are we doing to fix some of those concerns.
Absolutely. First of all, spending time on our owners' Facebook forums and other social media sites is one of my favorite things to do, and to see the passion and the engagement with the product, to go through such of an activity to create a list of items that could be improved is just music to my ears. So thank you, first of all, for that engagement. As a product guy, I love reading through that stuff.
And it just shows the passion our consumers have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe just to get a little bit deeper into some of the concerns and the questions that have been raised on some of those groups. First of all, what I'd like to say is that, again, going back to our DNA of innovation, launching game-changing or paradigm-shifting products like the Sea-Doo Switch comes with its initial set of challenges. We know that this is new technology, these are new things that have not been tested on the market before, and some initial refinement is just part of the game. What we do know is that we're working as hard as we possibly can to make those refinements quickly, to make sure we're delivering high quality product that will perform as you expect it to when you're out on the water. Now, some of the things that we've been seeing initially with the Switch, we've been seeing a lot of comments around some of the electrical components, the battery system, among other things. And what I really want you to know today is that we hear you. We see those comments, we take them very seriously, and we move as quickly as possible into the CSI or investigation process to make sure we understand the root cause of those issues, and we're implementing changes and updates to the product as quickly as we can. Now, beyond just engaging in our social media platforms and these owner groups, we also invite you to share this information as quickly as possible with your dealer, because that is the quickest possible channel of communication directly to our internal teams to make sure that we capture those insights and we're implementing changes as quickly as possible. So those were just a couple of examples, but I really want you to know that we have a very clear understanding of the issues that are plaguing some of our Switch customers today. We know a lot of you are having great experiences and you have a high quality product, but we know that for some of you it's been a bit more painful, and we will move swiftly to update that as quickly as we can to make sure we remove those irritants so you can get back to having fun on the water.
Okay, so next up we have Bob Van Dam, who wants to better understand our 2022 Sea-Doo Switch delivery plan versus 2023. Can you let him know a little more about that?
Absolutely, and it's a very important question. So first of all, we do know that we had to adjust a little bit of our plan in terms of our delivery schedule for model year 22 Sea-Doo Switches versus the start of production for 2023. And what we want to let you know today is that we know that some of you will be impacted by this change, and the way you will know is your dealer will contact you directly, because not everyone will be impacted by the changes that we put in place to make sure that we weren't delivering too late into the model year 22 season to impact the start of 23. So again, to recap, your dealer will contact you if you've been impacted by this change. All right, Alexandra, another one for you from Jeffrit Tissick. And he's wondering if he should be canceling his order to get a 2023 model.
Yeah, okay, that's a really great question. And I totally understand where you're coming from, Jeffrey, because you would think it would make sense. The thing is that we will continue to prioritize shipping out our 2022 pre-ordered models over 2023s. And for Switch, that's definitely the case. As for PWCs, because again, we know that you guys have missed most of the riding season, depending on where you are, we're gonna be offering a 6-month no payment plan until October 31st in North America, so that, you know, we can sort of alleviate the pain of not being out of the water and paying for something that you can't even use. So we hope that sort of helps. Ultimately, the best way to get on the water, you know, as soon as possible is really to keep that 22 order. That'll get you out there for sure the quickest, because we're not going to start 23 production until we bang out all of the 22s.
Absolutely. And another thing, Jeffrey, that's good about keeping your 2022 pre-order is that you won't be subject to the pricing increases that we just implemented for our model year 23 models.
Yeah. All right, guys, that wraps it up for today. We really want to thank you guys for taking the time to writing to us, to, you know, telling us what your comments and concerns are about our products. There's nothing we want more than for you guys to be happy with them. And so by being able to make things better, you know, we can only give you guys a better end product. We know delivery issues suck. We get it. James and I both have young families. We're both waiting on PWCs as well. We're Sea-Doo customers, just like all of you. But know that everyone at BRP is really working hard to get those units out to you guys, the dealers as well. It's just a real big family of hard work and passion-driven people, and you guys are just as passionate. So thanks so much for being here with us. Keep writing to us, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, guys. Hopefully you got some good information there. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe and that notification, because as they give us information, we'll make these videos and we'll get them to you. That way you can know where your product stands.